Yo, Sigma here, and we're back with Chapter 6 of Gundam Breaker Mobile. Last time, we had just finished the Rindo Cup to try and improve our grades with Gunpla battles, because that makes sense. At least if you're in a harem anime setting, which this kind of is. Very, very softcore harem anime setting for a video game. But what do you expect? It's a shonen video game. Well, I expect them to try and make a story that isn't clickbait, but whatever. You know, I don't expect Bandai to write a great story. Sunrise? Yeah. But not Bandai. In any case, we're going to start off as usual, showing off our Gunpla that we'll be using for this chapter. Like last time, I've got Tonbo. He's had a bit of an update, but not too much of one. I really love those arms and that back, even though they're not perfect. Suna is still my long shooter. He's got a little bit of an update, but not too much of one since last time. And Komori has gotten a little bit more of an update, although it's still basic Outfighter. For this chapter, I'm probably only going to be using one of them at a time, because I'm still at the point in the story where it's laughably easy if you're given some of the gacha parts that are way overpowered. I suspect they might have realized this, because the gachas after this have not been nearly as generous. But they also tend to have some inconsistency and seasonal-based deals that give you incredible buffs to power. So if you really want to power through the story, yeah, start around Christmas time. This is so lame. I passed my finals, so why am I spending my summer vacations studying in this club room? Are you really in a position to complain? You only just passed, and even that was only due to the special examination, which was your idea. Yeah, I know. I'll bunker down once the inter-high tourney is over, okay? Well, we don't want to overtax you mentally. How about a battle in the simulator for a change of pace? Well, yeah, because that makes sense. Yay, you're the best, Rindo! As for the difficulty, how about maximum level? Easy peasy. Good, that attitude is essential. Believing in yourself helps keep your emotions in check. Sure it does. I don't think so. Your goal is to be unbeatable at this level. I won't tolerate excuses. Okay. Uh-oh, Rindo's in demon mode. Last time she was like this, the Gunpla Club. No, things are different now. What? I'm first, Sigma. Sana, going in. Okay, sure. You go. You go, Sana. You go, girl. Yeah. I don't really need to try too hard here. One mobile suit's enough. But I thought she was the one going in first. It doesn't make sense. Oh well, whatever. You know, I kind of like the load screens sometimes. I kind of don't. They're pretty silly. For some reason, this arena has been used a lot in the PvP lately. I don't know why. Although that probably won't be true by the time this comes out. I really wish that I would get the cutscene or the lines from my pilot instead of the main character. You saved Duel. Sadly, there's nothing super awesome in this fight. It was a fun fight, but no epic moves. Not that time. Unfortunately. Sad. Oh well. Fight number 2 coming up. Tanbo launch. Wait, was that offensive? Oh wait, no, I'm gonna go with Suna. Suna, launch. Launch. I said launch. There we go. I'm a dork. Don't ignore me. If you ignore me, then I won't get monetized. That would not help me at all. I love the color scheme of Suna, to be entirely honest. It doesn't perfectly fit the desert sea theme, but it definitely has an earthy tone to it. And it absolutely rocks. One thing that kind of confuses me, that I've always found silly, is that explosive damage that you fire off doesn't do damage to you when you're too close. I feel like it kind of should. I mean, that took out 3 mobile suits there, but it didn't do any damage to me. But, okay. It's going to be another 4 chapters before I actually have to try too hard. Might be 1 or 2. Don't quote me on that. I'm fairly certain that it's going to take 2 or 3 chapters before I actually have to use multiple mobile suits. I power leveled a bit much this time. I think Komori's probably my most underpowered suit, even though it doesn't reflect that in its combat power. Tanbo seems like my most underpowered suit, but combat power is a little deceptive in that regard. It's actually one of my more powerful ones, and that's entirely because of the job effect. Being able to block anything without flinching is pretty OP. I still think that they need to add some kind of stamina bar to blocking, because the fact that you can just sit there and turtle as a defender is pretty broken. And I mean it. Defending for an entire match is, you might not win, but it's going to be real OP and hard to get through that block. Heck, I'm not even blocking right now. But I'm not a defender right now. I don't know how. Sana's actually started to become useful after a few chapters. Maybe they actually put some effort in and characterized her a little bit like that, you know? Like, oh yeah, she's gaining confidence, so her gunplas are getting better. I mean, they couldn't have done a little better. I think they could have, but whatever. Shonen anime have a tendency to write female characters very poorly. Like, Gundam has a real bad problem with this, but I digress. Most female characters tend to be cheerleaders to the main character, or end up needing to get rescued by the main character. I suspect that might be a cultural ideal issue. It's not always, but like, even look at the battle log, Gundam Breaker Mobile battle log. Like, there was no reason that we needed to have the main characters save that character. It could have entirely been about that new character, Misa, which is not new. It's just new to me, because I only played Gundam Breaker Mobile. And apparently it's sort of a crossover between all of the other Gundam Breaker games, and I'm just entirely new to that series. Yeah, fin funnel combo. I like this move, although I find it hilarious that they call it fin funnel combo when you're basically boxing the enemy in the air while your funnels just juggle them. It's not technically... Okay. Whatever. I'm a goofball. So, yeah, this episode's just going to be mostly battles, to be entirely honest. I mean, some people enjoy that. I enjoy it. That's why I make these, because hopefully someone will enjoy watching this. I probably could cut down all of these, but no, go back. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I guess I'm using Sana. Honestly, Sana is like my least favorite backup character. They don't introduce my favorite backup characters for another few chapters, to be entirely honest. The guy who's just like super aggro sports and into he'll just try any challenge. I don't remember his name. He's a fun character. He's much more entertaining. Why does he sigh all the time? The main character sighs way more often than he should. It's like he's constantly bored by this. But I mean, I can sort of understand being constantly bored by this, given the fact that he is literally rifle stomping everything. And then everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're so powerful. How are you gonna win? And it's like, the same way I did last time, by trying a little. Oh well. I don't expect them to put their best writing into this video game. Heck, they haven't even put their best writing into the Gundam series in the last 5 years. The last time they made a decent Gundam series was Iron-Blooded Orphans. And no, I don't count the Gunpla series as a part of the Gundam franchise. They are a side story to the Gundam franchise that is soulless and self-referential. Don't get me wrong, I love Gunpla. And if I had the money to, I would be building a ton of those plastic crack models. But I don't. And I feel like those animes are just there to hype the Gunpla stuff without ever actually making anything new and original. Like, technically, yeah, they make modified versions of all of these suits, but they all look like, well, fan fiction, which it is effectively fan fiction. Doesn't even really make sense. I've watched, I think I finished one or two Gundam Build series. I like Gundam Builder's Reel. That was an interesting series. Mostly because while it didn't rely upon all of those shonen anime tropes, it sort of had a realism and genuineness to it about, you know, the character motivations and things like that. It still had an inherent misogyny to it that I really feel like they need to address as a cultural problem. Oh, I thought there was only 5 fights in this. 7 fights, I guess. Excuse me. I digress. I'm going way off topic. But hopefully some people are interested in this. I don't think most people sign up for a Let's Play series to hear about the gender inequality of the writing in Gundam. But hey, if you enjoy it, like, comment, and or subscribe. If you don't, you can heckle me, but that's probably not going to change anything. I love that lightning ball move. It's not a great move, but as charge attacks go, it's fun as heck. Oh look, they're finally starting to do ones. I like to get surrounded like that because of the ability for axes and other polearm style weapons to do damage to things surrounding you. I don't have to be targeting whatever I'm fighting in order to actually do damage to it. This is one of the cool quirks of this game, in my opinion. Most attacks have some sort of area of effect because, well, you swing a sword, the entire arc of the sword will hurt someone, right? But I digress. Oh, yeah. Target achieved, Sigma. Keep up the good work and continue to hone your skills. As for you, Sana... Of course she's a disappointment. Gah, I only won 1 out of 2. I get the feeling studying would be easier than this. Yeah, of course. No, it wouldn't. Not for you. Clearly, you need more practice. You must conquer this level before next week's training camp. Training camp? That sounds like fun. Where's it gonna be? The camping lodge owned by Sokai High, of course. Where else? Why does the school have a camping lodge? Doesn't your pro sponsor own a resort by the beach? Yes, but what has that got to do with you and your inter-high tourney? At any rate, there will be no camp at all if you cannot master the simulator. So, back to work, please. Sheesh, extra drills in the simulator. Is there anything worse? You're playing a video game. Just, I'll help you get to camp. Thanks, Sigma. I'll do my part, too. You're hopeless. I've invited a special guest to the training camp. Trust me, you do not want to miss this opportunity. Well, and find out who that is next time on Gundam Breaker Mobile.